So the first time I was diagnosed with cancer, I was 8 years old. The type of cancer I had was leukemia. It's cancer of the blood. My mom read in a book about people having bruises, having cancer, and she just went ahead and asked the doctor to test me, and it just so happened that I had leukemia. The second time, I was going in for checkups. I had really bad headaches, and I saw the nurse walk by my room crying, the room I was waiting in, and I knew she was crying because they found out my cancer came back. My mom cried. My dad did the tough guy thing. My brother was too young to know what was going on. I wasn't allowed to play sports. I wasn't allowed to go to public places. If I went to public places, I had to wear masks, and people stared. And I wasn't allowed to go to school. I had to be homeschooled. I had a teacher from Southern Oaks. He was also from Dan McCarty, who came a couple times a week and was my teacher. And then Catherine Hensley, who works for the school board, she used to be a homebound teacher, so she used to come to my house. And it was before computers were really big, and they would bring a computer to my house for me to use. And a lot of the time I was sick and I didn't feel well. One time I went into the bathroom just so I could get the teacher to leave. I fell asleep on the floor. There was one time where we went to New York to surprise my grandparents for a family reunion, and I got back some test results. So all my doctors here were frantically trying to find out where my grandparents lived in New York. So when they called, my grandparents finally found them. They didn't know what was going on because they didn't know we were coming up for a surprise. So I ended up spending the entire time in New York in the hospital. I got involved with Relay for Life because I was asked to speak at an event when I was younger, when I was sick. And then my senior year of high school, my best friend, who had never had cancer, was diagnosed with cancer when we were in high school. So we decided we'd start a Relay for Life team at Centennial, our senior year. And then she passed away about 8 or 9 years ago. And then when I started teaching here, I found out there was Relay for Life, and I just kind of took it on. Relay for Life happens once a year all over the world, 20 different countries right now. And it's to raise money for programs for people who are affected by cancer. Well, if you want to join the school team, you can just come by my classroom, 316 on Thursday afternoons. If there's not a meeting, there'll be an announcement or a sign on the door. We're also registered survivors, so if there's anybody at the school or anywhere anybody knows wants to register as a survivor, that's what the event's about.